Welcome to the Short Desk Podcast, the YouTube channel show. We are your hosts today, Steph making faces, and John in his yellow, not yellow, yellow.
Yellow.
What's going on, people?
Country Mo.
Yes, yes, that I am. So we're here. We told you we'll be back, and we are back in effect.
Season 1.
Wow, yeah, it is
Infinity
season one.
season.
Yeah, I
Are
like
we
that.
doing seasons with this show?
No, it's just one season. We don't need
I was just
multiple
asking.
seasons. You don't need
You
multiple
heard how
seasons.
aggressive that was?
Sorry.
No.
No.
I felt like I needed to be in timeout.
Sorry, Steph. Don't
Well,
thrash me.
today is
Don't
D-Day.
do what
Don't thrash me.
I want. Oh Lord.
Today is D-Day.
Oh
So
my
we
God.
went out and we got these things here to try it. The
Can that
Mountain
be the thumbnail?
Dew.
Can that be the thumbnail?
Yeah,
Get the thumbnail.
that's it. Mountain Dew, flaming hot. I've seen this in stores. I'm not a Mountain Dew drinker.
It's liquid crack.
Especially with 73 grams of sugar,
Is that
74 total carbs. And you probably say, hey, why does his fat ass care? Well, I care because I don't drink stuff like this.
That's too much
die
sugar.
so that you can live?
Pretty
We'll
much.
let you know whether or not. I already know what the answer is probably going to be. What my answer is going to be.
Would it just be in Mountain Dew alone? I already know.
This is Flaming Hot Dew with a blast of heat and citrus.
Okay.
I saw that.
But before we get into that and take a taste, I want to talk about something that happened today real quick. And that was the court date for Mr. Darius Cooks Williams and Melanie Ford in the TPO case, the stalking case that he had against her. And I wanted to just give you guys an update on what happened because it had been put off. He had it put off for so many times. At one time it was him, then it was the judge, and then his attorney, some other things. But anyways,
But never her, as he always claims.
correct.
Okay.
So there was an update today. They did have court, and there was some finality to it today. And I want to give a shout out to at La Baker Chick CJ on Twitter. She provided the play-by-play today because she was actually there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm going to read a little bit of what happened today in the case. And so let me read it from my phone, y'all. Damn. Okay. So she put Auntie Mel, which is at Melanie's Ford, has begun testifying on how she pulled Darius's coat tail on his behavior, which led to him lying on her about the fake hate emails he claims he received from her in 2016. Auntie Mel has testified that Darius Cooks has shared her information, i.e., phone number, address, name, and how that led to people harassing and threatening her. His attorney has objected to the relevance. Objection overruled. It speaks to his behavior, said the judge. Will, who is Melanie's lawyer, has now asked Mel what doxing is. His attorney has objected, again citing relevance. The judge maintains that it speaks to the history of their relationship. As an example, she's talking about how he's posted info related to her husband and his job. Now, again, as you guys have listened to the show, we've talked about this case and Darius Cooks on several occasions. And this is just a follow-up to that. So next, Mel's attorney has pulled email receipts that show that Darius Cooks sent correspondence to Mel after he received the voicemail and the alleged emails he deemed to be threatening. Ooh. Auntie Mel, she calls her Auntie Mel.
No.
Auntie Mel has testified that she was at the Benz dealer, which is minutes away from the barbershop, when she received info that he would potentially be served. Randy Travis from Fox 5 News in Atlanta asked her to get footage if she could. That's when Darius saw her and proceeded to laugh. So there was video on that posted on the web of that interaction, and so that's where this conversation is coming from. Hold on a minute, y'all.
Okay.
And turn this thing off. Damn.
Oh, let me make sure my phone is off. No, you don't. Leave the Apple products alone.
Terrible. Anyways,
Never.
we'll get back to it, y'all. So then next, they are playing the video that she took of Darius finding the t-shirt and laughing. So there was a thing where she was watching him get served, and then someone put a t-shirt on his car. I don't remember what the t-shirt was or what it said. I'm sorry. Melanice has testified that she did not put the t-shirt on his car on March 17th. She took accountability for it to preserve the identity of the person that did.
Mm-hmm.
Body cam video confirms Darius said this has never happened before and that he hasn't seen her in 5 years. So the question is, how was she stalking him if he hasn't seen her in 5 years? Her attorney has put up these photos that Darius took of Mel's car at Pappadeaux's, as well as surveillance video from the restaurant. His attorney has objected. Her attorney cites the stalking statute. Objection overruled. Her attorney is now playing one of Darius's lives as he brags about picking the court date because he had to do dining with Darius. In actuality, he was in Vegas eating dumplings. So this is when this is one of the times where he was supposed to show up for court and he didn't because, you know, he had his things, and, you know, I think him doing these lives are going to do him in.
Absolutely.
And the live he did when Darius decided to make Melanice the highlight of Dining with Darius, where he played the voicemail that he alleges scared him for his D-wives, as Darius recites it word by word. So there was a voicemail that she left for him, and he had told the court that, you know, that was part of the stalking and threatening. He was scared for his life. He did a Dining with Darius. He played the voicemail, you know, all in fun. And her attorney is saying, wait a minute, if you're scared, if you think this is stalking, why would you do that at a public event? And, you know. So then Fox 5 was there. They had their cameraman there. Randy wasn't there.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. I like Randy. I'm going to watch tonight.
So his attorney played a clip from when Melanice was on a Roland Martin show to prove that Mel likes to know about Darius and what he does. His attorney is still crossing Melanice about the t-shirt incident. She admitted she should have left after the t-shirt was placed on the car. Then his attorney asked Mel if she went to the barbershop in August 2021, and she said no. He asked again. Her response, that's what no means. Mel has asked her attorney during the redirect that if Darius had received a hate-laced email, why he didn't include that point in the TPO. Mm-hmm. They moved on to the closings. The judge is rereading the stalking statute. The attorneys are to base their closings on that. Her attorney had asked for the TPO to be dropped. Darius is an active participant by seeking out his name to see what's being said. He has characterized Darius as a bully that likes to troll people and lie in the bed high at night talking about people.
This is true.
Darius's attorney asserts that the stalking law was enacted for instances like this. Her presence at the barbershop was uninvited, although the barbershop is a public place. Darius's attorney told the court that a video posted by Melanie shows her at the Carolina Pound Cake Company. That's the cake company that I got somewhat scammed on. She was not there. She, in fact, did not take the video, and he hasn't proven that she has. Judge's ruling. Petitioner, Darius, has the burden of proof. Darius did not appear to be in fear for his life. He has broadcasted and talked about the incident with the D-Hive, which is what the nickname for his followers.
That makes my skin crawl. But go ahead. Don't do that.
Darius never indicated that the contact was unwanted. Burden of proof not met. TPO dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that happened, and I actually saw that he had a live going on, and I'm no expert, I'll say this, but man, if you are a public figure of any sort, you need to get some type of media training, because the last thing, if I'm an attorney and I just represented you on a case, and immediately after you lost, you start going on your live, which is really, again, been part of the downfall, playing all these videos that you say that you have that pretty much was shown in court, going off of some notes that you have on notepad paper, to try to present your case to public opinion isn't a good look. And I know we talked about this before, on last week's episode, where there's smoke, there's fire, but innocent till proven guilty. The case was about her stalking him, that was deemed to be false by the court of law. Move on from it.
Right.
If the judge, you didn't present enough evidence for it to be so, then okay. You have a lot of people like himself that will have the followers. Now, what's sad to me is, and I don't want to make a mockery of this.
Right.
I don't want to make a mockery of what I'm about to say, but it has to be said for me, and this is only my opinion. A year or two, or maybe it was a little bit, longer than that, maybe in the past 5 years, one of the things that has come to light, and a saying that has been said across social media, is protect Black women. I've always side-eyed that, because every time it was said by Black women. And the reason why I side-eyed it, not because I don't believe that, but because the people that are saying protect Black women are Black women, and they're attacking other Black women. I have a problem with that. So I don't buy into that doctrine, because you can't tell me, you can't sit here and the message is aimed at men. That's who the message is aimed at. But you're the one that's not protecting your own sister. Actually, you're the one tearing them down more so than the men are. And I just saw it on the live there, where he has nothing but women on there.
Yep.
Black women commenting, calling that woman crazy, saying, oh, he's got the receipts, saying, oh, we was in court today. Oh, what did we have? And I'm just like, wow. Yes.
That we kills me.
There is a lot of disillusioned women. There is so many women, Black women, that are disappointing, because what you're telling me is that if one of your sisters that you should be protecting comes out with a claim, and the court of law has proven that claim, well, she didn't come out with a claim. She was being accused of something that she didn't do, and the court of law proved that. You're telling me that you still don't believe her. So how can you keep pumping protect Black women, and you're not doing the same?
Right.
you're not doing it. You're not leading the line. You're not leading the front line of it. If you're demanding something of someone, you should be exhibiting that behavior that you're demanding of them. If you're asking for respect, you should be respectful. So if you're sitting here saying protect black women, you should be protecting black women yourself, and you're not. And that's all I see. And we've had conversations about this on the podcast. But this is all that, you know, where you see the whole, oh, look at all the men are in the comments cutting up. And I'm like, okay, how far do I have to keep scrolling to see where the men are cutting up? Because all I'm seeing is women attacking other women. So how far and where are these comments coming at? You know what I'm saying? Like, are y'all just spamming the comment section of saying, look at how these men are doing that? Because I'm scrolling for about 5 minutes and I don't see the comments. So, and not to say that it isn't done, but I will say there's been a concerted effort, not because a man doesn't feel that way. Don't think you're off the hook, men. It's not because men don't feel that way, because a lot of them feel that way about women, black women, and negative views and everything. However, because the following is so strong with black women on social media, black men have, you know, started using their brain a little bit in their head, saying, oh, I ain't going to comment on this in public, because the backlash is going to be heavy. But black women don't have that wherewithal, because accountability doesn't come into play. So they feel like they can say that. And here you are taking up for a man that has doxed a woman. And it has been recorded and proven and time again. And you're saying, oh, she's crazy. Oh, she's this, she's that. This man don't know y'all.
Right.
Other than when he gets your almost $300 to go to his dining thing. That's it.
But you can't tell them that they don't know him or he doesn't know them.
Absolutely.
They wholeheartedly believe that he's their family. He's their sis.
Oh my God.
It's so sad.
It's very sad. It's very sad. But I wanted to give you guys an update. We're going to have more to come with that whole case. Can't really get into details about it now, but you know, you guys will see a little bit more, and we'll be able to go more in detail with everything that happened.
So is there more litigation ahead?
No, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. They're done. Unless
in reference to the TPO. That's
to the TPO, yes.
All right.
Case closed, baby. On that. But he's on his social media pleading his case as we speak. I'm like,
of
come
course
on,
he
man.
is. Of course
come on,
he
man.
is.
It's not, you know.
I could not be a lawyer for that guy, because he cannot keep his mouth shut at all. And he leaves so much evidence behind on his social media platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was a lawyer and I happened just to, all right, I just wanted to vet this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I see all that filth that comes out of his mouth in reference to his customer base who have legitimate claims. I'd say you better call Sal.
Have either one of you like actually ever sat and watched maybe just like 5 or 10 minutes of one of his lives?
I did today.
I couldn't get through it.
He's very rude, condescending, and nasty to these women who are always calling him their family, their cousins, their sis, whatever. And I don't understand the ration, you know, like, I can't.
Well, he blocked someone. Apparently, he blocked someone the other day that asked about their order and said that he was supposed to follow up with him and never did, and he blocked them.
But not just that. Let's say you're Darius and I'm on your live and I say something and you insult me, which he's done. I've seen him call people fat, ugly, you know, all kinds of stuff.
Ad hominem attacks.
Yeah. They laugh.
He never argues the point. He always comes back with a personal attack that has nothing to do with the point or the opinion.
And it's never, sometimes it's not even the customers trying to figure out what their stuff is. It's these supporters that paid us $300 and show up for him. He will insult them and they'll laugh about it.
How the hell you gonna call somebody fat and due to a surgery, you're technically still husky?
But I'm just
Like,
saying, like, he
why
insults
would you
them,
do
they
that?
laugh about it and continue to support him. There's no
Absolutely.
way in hell that somebody's going to insult me and I'm going to give them $300 for some chicken nuggets.
Well, we've talked about it before. Mm-hmm. There's a certain demographic that he goes after.
There is.
I just had a view of that salad. And it looked exactly.
Did you see the one from today that looked like it had like some type of congealed dressing on it?
No, send it to me.
I got you.
Yeah, send it to me.
I saw it.
But I just remember that mock Chick-fil-A salad that he has on his table.
That's what
it was. It was a mock Chick-fil-A sandwich with some thick stuff all over it.
Oh God.
But, you know, again, he has a certain demographic. You can look on his lives and see who's commenting. You can look at the Dining with Darius videos to see who is at the Dining with Darius events. And, you know, this may sound crazy, but look, bro, I'm not making fun of anybody because I'm fat myself. It is overweight single black women that are his target demographic, and they are anywhere from the ages of late 30s up until the 60s. He has that demographic on lock. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And guess what? It's going to take a lot for my big ass to float. He has, you just look at the videos. You don't even have to, you don't even have to go on the profiles that you see on the lives that are taken up for him. Look at all his Dining with Darius events. They are sprinkled there. You may see one or two men that are dragged. Just looking at the salad.
I knew the minute he made that face, like he got the pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, John. Oh,
and he put it on top of the chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And they share that plate.
They share the plate. They take tongues.
Yeah, they take tongues and
with all this COVID and monkeypox going around.
Yeah, they pass it around.
Yeah, nothing about that salad says appetizing. And yes, I need to consume that.
Listen.
I don't want to tell you what I thought was on that salad.
I can tell you, it looks like semen.
Yeah, it does. Not that I know what that looks like.
I know it's not, but I mean.
Are you laughing at me?
Yes.
I got my little halo, you know.
Yes.
Not that I know what that looks like, but
he has peaches on this salad. Peaches and
and
nasty. What is that? Black raspberries?
Or black? I don't know. It's just gross.
Like I said, he has
looks
a demographic.
Old and cold.
Yeah,
it's a demographic.
Stale.
And those people will go.
Slices,
he knows how to conduct himself on a live that is appealing to that demographic. He knows that they're just going to go regardless. He speaks their language. And you have, you know, scattered in there, you'll see one, you know, woman that is in that demographic. The only thing is she is married, and you'll see maybe 2 or 3 men that's been pulled into the event sitting there. Most of the time they look miserable,
bewildered.
Yeah.
I don't understand how anyone with any ounce of sense would pay money for that.
Let me tell you something. There was a time when, you know, I first started following him, and for me, of course, I'm very big on supporting Black people, you know, and we've talked about it before. Hell, bought his cookbook, brought, you know, the cake. We were talking about doing a Dining with Darius here, you know, and that was before, you know, I ran into issues with him and, you know, of course, going to support. Man, let me tell you something. I would have been pissed off. And if my wife fit into that demographic that he's going after, and she tried to get me to go to that, I would have caused a scene at that event, because I would have sat there. First of all, I'm too big to be sitting close up on somebody at a table. That's number one. All the chairs are right next to each other.
They are like.
Second of all, I'm not passing plates like that. There's only been one place that I've passed plates at, and even then it wasn't 20 people at one table. This is a restaurant in Savannah called Mrs. Wilkes. Very nice place, nice establishment. Really enjoy it.
Mrs. Wilkes.
Yeah, it's good, man. Have you ever been?
I was just making a reference to Annie Wilkes. I'm sorry.
Oh, misery. Maybe you shouldn't go to it. But
Maybe
anyways, you know, it's a big table with about 8 people at the table there. So very big difference. But man, if my wife had pool, I would not have been one of those guys that on the video looking bewildered or like, you know, just sitting there with a mushed up face. I would have cut a fool. Do you hear me? First of all, this is what we done spent $400-500 on. Are you kidding me? I'd have been flipping tables and everything up in there. I would have acted a monkey, and that's just me, you know, because I would have just been upset. And but the thing about it, you know, we were talking earlier about how he makes these insulting comments to these women. I never see that type of smoke for men.
Absolutely not.
Ever. So again, he's going to have his followers no matter what until, you know, he gets himself in more trouble with his lives or get shut down or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, hey, if people want to fall and give him that money, then go right ahead.
Oh, he's going to fall.
Yeah.
He's going to fall. It's coming. And don't get me wrong, I'm not wishing downfall on anybody, but I don't like bullies. I don't like people who are intentionally cruel. And I don't like people who come for kids, because he's come for people's kids over and over, talking about people's children. Like, that's hitting below the belt. Like, if I talk about somebody's kid, it's because I'm ready to scrap at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, for him to do that,
and then deny it.
Fight? Yeah.
And we've seen the videos. It's like, bruh.
Look at what he did to Angela Davis, the kitchenista.
Yeah.
And her kids. Put all of that girl's kids' business out.
Well, it did happen to him. One of the guys that he's dating, I guess, they found out that he worked at a Walmart, and they doxed his information. And so he got up there and did a nice little video reading off a
I remember
teleprompter.
Oh, wonderful.
And,
yes.
Talking about they was going to break up or something like that. But that was all just a ploy to get people to watch the live, because immediately after that, we decided to keep going strong. We're not going to let people break us up or whatever. And it's like,
but it's funny how his supporters were like, oh, y'all were wrong for putting his information out there, but it's okay when he does it to people.
Right.
Crazy.
Well, again, we have some more information coming, some more content coming about that whole trial. So, our case, I'm not going to say trial, that whole court case. And so you guys stay tuned.
Yes.
Before we move into the next thing, let's go ahead and give this damn thing a try.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, pop the top. Where's my straw?
The bougie straw.
I have
from
a different
Bloomingdale's.
Different color today.
Oh, so they come assorted.
In different colors.
Look at the angst on John's face right now.
It's like I can taste it before I even taste it, if that makes sense. I know I meant to smell it. Ooh, right. It's burning. Like,
y'all ready?
I flipped too hard.
Yeah, ready? Let's go. Let's go for it.
Salute, everybody.
It tastes like regular Mountain Dew.
It wasn't what I thought it would be.
No, there's nothing flaming nor hot about this.
Okay, there is a after.
Yeah.
It has a little spice to it going down your throat afterwards.
Maybe I didn't drink enough because I took a little sip through the straw. Hold on, let me take a big sip.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. It's catching me on the back of my tongue, but it's not.
It's just
regular flaming hot.
No, it's not.
It's more like a ginger spice.
Mm-hmm. That's what it tastes like ginger, real ginger soda, not Canada Dry.
With copious amounts of sugar.
It's not Red Rockish, but yeah,
it's close.
No, Red Rock is good.
It's a Mountain Dew with a little bit of ginger in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, save your money, people. You don't need to buy this.
No. Man, I thought we was about to put some red hot in a soda can in our mouth just now. That's what I thought it was
Pop
going
rocks.
to be. Oh, man, look at that damn marketing ploy. Well, you know what? It worked. People buying it. That's all they're going to get from me with it. But anyways.
Yep, I'm throwing the 11 cans in the trash.
Oh, now it's burning. I sent
burning.
mine I sent the other 11 cans to South Carolina to my niece.
It's going to clear you up a little bit.
Yeah. I should have kept 2 cans for like when I get a cold or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has too much sugar in it.
It does. It really does. So I want to bring up one more thing here, and then we'll get into the what is it called? The Martin. We did the top 10 Martin. What was it? Top 10
Martin episodes.
Martin episodes.
Yeah, Martin episodes. And we did we watched the Martin reunion on BET Plus. But before we get into that, Steph made a post the other day. And it was actually her pasting someone else's post and putting it on her profile. Men, I'm going to help y'all out. You guys are failing miserably at a lot of this basic stuff. Basic. Okay. I've said this before on my page. It's been a few years, but let's recap. Do you know this person, Steph?
I do not.
Okay, her name is Nikki Lee. It's spelled Nykki Lee. You can look up on Facebook.
You know I don't know her because I would have corrected all of her spelling. But go ahead.
This is dating related. Real estate will be in future posts. Woo. Okay. If you slide in a woman's DMs, the second question can't be, when can I take you out? Excuse me. Read the room. Look at her photos, likes, comments. Based on that, do you think other men would be DMing her? Probably. So why on earth would she just agree to go out with your random self? Bops you on the forehead. First of all, that's assault.
It is.
If you touch me on my forehead.
This is, but I want to say something.
Come on.
I'm going to lose my thought.
Come on.
I 100% agree with that. And I say that because as a woman, a single woman in these social media streets.
I'm single when I respond to all these posts right now. I'm going in single Keith mode. Go ahead.
At least once a week, I get some random guy that I've never interacted with in a group or something like that, just jumping in my DMs, either sending me an unsolicited penis pic or asking, when they say take me out, either he's going to come to my home or I'm going to go to his.
Okay.
You don't know me.
You were very specific in what you just said.
Yes.
A dick pic or take you out in the sense of my home or your home.
I said
this
penis.
Young lady said, oh, I'm sorry, dick pic. This young lady said, the second question can't be, when can I take you out?
It cannot.
Question mark. Okay.
It cannot.
You were specific in the taking out part is at, oh, look at my my thing here.
No, don't ask me if you can take me out as a second question either.
What you said, the taking out part is home at his house or your house.
Most times
right?
it is. Most times it is.
So what's wrong with a man saying, having a conversation, right? Not asking any questions, because she specifically said the second question. So we're having a conversation. Hey, you look very nice. Hey, see that you go over this. I see that you like this. I see all your pictures and everything. What's your favorite restaurant? Oh, I like Bonefish. I like Papa Do's. I like Houston's.
Without any previous conversation?
I like Charlie. No, we're talking. Okay. The conversation is a bunch of statements. We're not asking questions because I've already read the room. So I'm just talking to you. Yeah. So, and it's just a general conversation. And then it moves into finally asking a question. If
we have a whole conversation first, that's one thing. But But these days and times, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not quick to say yes to a date with a man.
And that's understandable.
And that's a safety issue. It's not a vanity issue, as some like to believe. That's a safety issue because
okay, you're talking for safety. She's not.
But it's not up to her how people interpret it, though.
John, what's your take on what I just read? That first paragraph. You're making a lot of facials over there. Let's talk.
And I can't believe I'm having this conversation with two men that have been married for more than 5 years.
I'm in single mode.
Go ahead.
It's like it's never happened.
You're not in single mode.
It's
you can't
like,
go back
it's like,
to single mode.
Yes, I can. My brain right now has turned off answering these as married, Ronnie.
But you haven't dated anybody else in years. So
that's fine.
Things have changed a lot.
That's fine, though. That's fine. These questions here and what she's saying is relevant, 12 years ago as they are today.
No.
John, go ahead.
I'm the wrong person to ask about what's the appropriate language.
Jesus, help him, Lord.
Vernacular you should use when posing questions to a woman that you rarely know.
Lord.
I am so many years removed from dating.
Thank you, John. That's all I'm saying.
Because honestly, I don't know the lady's age, but I'm assuming she's probably our age. And when the last time I dated, which is my current wife, I was early 20s.
That's probably the last time she dated too. Go ahead.
That's true.
But I agree with her, and that wasn't the last time I dated. So,
but anywho, I need to figure out another euphemism other than any you. As I sit here and try to correct myself.
Help him, Lord.
Yes. I'm being hard on myself once again.
Can you stop?
Nope.
So do you think
why wouldn't it be okay to ask? Well, what was the second question? It was in reference to, can I take you out? Is that what the second question was?
Well, she said, the second question can't be, when can I take you out? Now,
okay.
And this is in under what circumstance? Is this like the first conversation, or is this multiple conversations? I'm trying to get my bearings.
For me,
here.
if it's the first conversation, I don't want that being the second question.
So yeah, more than likely, I'm just speaking for me. I'm probably not asking, hey, can I take you out on the second question? I'm just asking probing questions as to trying to figure out who you are. And, well, I'm just trying to vet you like you're trying to vet me if in these particular circumstances. But I probably wouldn't come out with a response that states, hey, I've just spoken to you for 5 minutes. Can I take you out somewhere? And I haven't even established your likes and dislikes and this, that, and the other. I haven't put in the work. I haven't done the work yet. So
hold on. I'm trying to scroll and find, because I know it's here. I just had this conversation with somebody the other day.
I could not date in this day and time because
it's rough
when
out
can a nigga take you out is like harassment, not nice, not cool anymore. That was my second question all the time. Hey, you know what I'm saying? When can a nigga take you out?
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it.
You can't say that.
What about the third question? Would it be great? I mean, if the second question is the threshold, is a third question? Could the third question be sufficient enough to ask a lady, can I take them out?
Can we have a little bit of a conversation first? And I say this is a guy I had to scroll back to last year.
Why don't y'all just dictate?
This is last year this time, a year ago. I had to scroll back. This is a guy that I'm in a Facebook group in. Mm-hmm. Like, we never interacted in the group, never had a conversation. He sends me an inbox because it was like a post where we were posting selfies or something. Mm-hmm. He was like, "You look very beautiful." I said, "Thank you." He was like, "You're welcome. Can we go to dinner tonight?" Here's the thing.
Very specific stuff.
Every listen to me. Every circumstance is different.
Right.
But that was a situation where he didn't even have a conversation to read the room. And I say that because at the time that he sent this, I was good and pregnant. So I wasn't going out on a date with another man when I was expecting some other man's baby. You understand what I'm saying? So I was sitting there. So I told him, I said, thank you, but no thank you. He was like, why not? Then he went on, that's what's wrong with you single women. He went on this whole thing. And so I put in all caps.
That was unnecessary.
Yeah, I put in all caps. I am pregnant. Like, he's like, oh.
Well, that wasn't necessary to say that's what's wrong with you single women. But also on the flip side of that two-step, we always hear, and I hear this all the time, men don't really chase like they used to.
They don't.
They don't really do. Okay.
Because most times, and
so there should be.
I'm not speaking for all women, but I know me and my friends and I, we have these conversations a lot. Most times it's not, thank you, John. Most times it's not even a, can I take you out? Can I do this kind of, most times it's a penis pic slid in there. You gonna send me a nude?
Okay. So this ain't what she's saying. So again, does there need to be a template now for these men?
What's the rules of engagement?
It depends on the person. Another woman watching, listen to me, another woman watching this may agree. For me, I need a little bit of a conversation first. Like,
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
What if I say, hey, let me take you out. I would like to get to know you a little bit better. When can I take you out? And if you say, oh, well, maybe after we have more of a conversation. This young lady says, don't ask that. Okay, when can I ask it then?
That's her thing.
But hey, she's putting that out like that's the template.
It's not the template. That's her template. She's only speaking for her. She can't speak for everyone else.
And template,
but that's what she's saying.
Sweet. Because a lot of the things she said in that whole speech,
if you slide in a woman, not mine, if you slide in a woman's DM, so she's speaking for all y'all.
She ain't speaking for me. I like a lot of the things that she said, but she can't say, Stephanie, this is what you should do. Because there are some things in there that are different. Like, I would never slap a man upside his head. If that's her thing, then that's her thing. But I wouldn't do it.
And then when he knocks a mess out of her.
Protect black women.
Second thing she said, what you just face?
I mean, that's what's going to be said if he hits her back. But go ahead.
What you should do is find a common ground. Work, school, mutual friends, sports, whatever. Bring that up first and actually start a conversation. What if we don't have a common ground?
You're going to find a common ground.
Not all the time.
Most of the time.
Then the conversation's over.
Okay.
Ask the proper question.
Don't try to dumb down her lifestyle. Date your wage. If she goes with friends regularly to nice establishments, it's clear that's her vibe. Match her lifestyle or date your wage. This is probably why she has not dated in 30 years.
But let me say this in her defense. I'm no rich bitch out here, okay? But I have had men that have taken me out and they're going to criticize anything I have on from head to toe, from my shoes, my bag. Why would you wear that when you come out with me? Because now I feel I have to do X, Y, Z. Or their favorite line, oh, I can't afford you. Well, I hate that. I hate that so much.
That's understandable stuff, but that ain't what she's saying.
That is what she's saying. Date your wage.
Right. So, no, he didn't say anything about what you're wearing.
It happens, though.
She's speaking specifically to the type of restaurants that she likes to go to. So what she's basically saying, let me tell you what I'm hearing. This is what single runner Keith is hearing. The first time you take me out, we need to be going to Houston's. We need to be going to Charlie Steakhouse. We need to be going to
STKs.
But if that's what she's used to in dating, then what's wrong with that? If that's what she's used to doing on first dates, then what is wrong with that?
So, but don't degrade a man for saying, don't dumb down. How is that dumbing down if I just say, hey, would you like to grab a cup of coffee and let's talk and meet and get to know each other? Hell no, nigga, I don't want to go no coffee.
And that's her right. Now, if a man asked me on a coffee date, would I go? I would go. But that's her right. That's not her thing.
Let me tell you what you're doing here. You are comparing applesauce to grits and you're trying to make sure that bacon will go with both of it. That's what you're trying to do.
What I'm saying
yes,
is
you are. You are grits and she's applesauce. And we know that bacon does not go with applesauce, but you're trying to make it go with applesauce.
She has that right, though.
You're trying to make it go. Don't call her money bags, boss, baller, etc. Don't say
Please
you got it,
don't.
high roller. Women equate this to you're broke, or you're intimidated, or you're looking for a sugar mama. If you make less than a woman, you can provide in other ways. What's in your pants doesn't count. I agree with the
I agree
first
with
half
that.
of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. However, what she's saying kind of contradicts what she said above that, because she said if you make less than a woman, you can provide in other ways, but then date your wage.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one now. She did contradict herself.
If you enter a door and she's behind you, you failed. False. As a married man, I like to enter the door first. You know why? Because if something's in there, I don't want my wife catching the first of it. Now, when I enter the door, do I hold the door for her to come in? Yes. I don't open up the door and expect for her to catch it. But for me, I like to enter the door, especially if we coming in our house. I need to be the first sign of protection that goes into any establishment or anything, because if anything's wrong going on in that place, I need to catch it, not her. Because I'll be damned if I walk into and we go into an establishment, I open up the door, and I get it. That is a nice gentleman thing to do, open up the door for a woman, but you can still do that while going in first. Because if I open up a door and bullets are flying, she gets hit first, I got to live with that for the rest of my life. That's just my train of thought with it. So for me, I'm back at married man mode. When I go to a place, no matter where it is, and Iris will attest to this, I open up the door first and walk in, and then I hold it and let her in. If we're going into a 2-door establishment, I still do the same thing. That's me. John, what do you do?
I agree with you. If you are entering your home, if you are entering a hotel room, man has to walk through the door first. I actually, when we go to offsite experiences, whether it's dining experiences or places where there's a bunch of people, I open the door so that she can enter the threshold first, and then I come in after her. Now, of course, if I see that something's afoot inside of one of these establishments, more than likely we're not going into one of those establishments. But usually, I'm opening the door for my spouse. I'm opening the door for my spouse when she gets into the car. I'm opening the door for my spouse when she is exiting the car. And that was before I got married.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I did that for any woman I had dated even before I met her. So,
and that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, leaving the establishment, I let her go out first.
Yeah, you can go out first.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
Your thoughts, Steph?
As someone that doesn't experience that often,
it's dead. It's dead.
Men here, I see more women holding doors for them. Now, I will say I have to give it to.
So that's a big problem. Then.
That's crazy.
I have to give it to my deceased child's father. He was great at that, like completely great. Like and like you said, entering the home first and all of that stuff. But in the last few years, my dating experiences, men, it's no like reading the room, like making sure everything's okay. There's no holding doors. There's no opening car doors. There's no, I want to make sure you got home safe. There's no, hell, it's not even, I'm a man and I'm going to pick up the check every now and then. Keith, you've heard some of my dating stories the last 7 years. So yeah, that's foreign to me, to be honest. So the chivalry bit.
That's heartbreaking to hear. But
because I live in a climate where things are so, I don't want to say flipped, because I don't want to make it seem like men should always ABC.
You already said that by saying that the women open up the door.
Yeah, I see it, because I've done it. Like one time
Whoa. Mm-hmm. You did what?
Like I went not on purpose, but I've been going into restaurants and I go to open the door to go in, and these men will just walk right in front of me. Like I'm opening the door for me to enter. And these men, they don't know me, but they'll walk right in. No, thank you, no nothing.
Georgia must be another
or if
world,
they're
man.
walking first, they'll open the door and there's no holding the door. Like they're content with the door slamming in a woman's face. I've seen that a lot too.
I don't think this is isolated to Georgia though. This is a
I've just
Western
never
problem.
seen it really.
It happens a lot. They're like several times during the week. I'm going in an establishment. I open the door for myself. I'm trying to walk through, and maybe 2-3 men will just scurry in front of me and going in the door.
Wow.
Never seen that before. Well,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying, John. I've never even. Go ahead.
Some type of body cam so you all can see. It happens often.
Oh no, I believe you.
I just never would have had the thought if a woman opens the door to just rush in before her, as if I'm, being presumptuous enough to think that she's opening the door for me.
Right.
My big ass.
That's right.
You're gonna find 1 or 2 men who, chivalry isn't dead, but
hell, I'm rushing when I see a woman open the door, I'm rushing to open it for her and hold it so she can go in.
Yeah.
And I see that. That's why I said it's like, wow. Not saying I don't believe you, but I have never really seen that before. Even some people that that don't even like black people, they will stand there and open up the door to let a black woman come inside.
Listen, when people say chivalry is dead, I used to be that person like, no, don't say that. Yeah. And I say that because I don't know if you all remember me telling you this. I was out in my parking lot one day and my tire was flat. And I went to put my spare on my tire. And there were like 6 men standing outside. Nobody even offered, can I help you? Can I do this? Nothing. They literally sat there and watched me change my tire.
I'll tell you this much. My wife hasn't, even with us being in the same car, even when I damn near burnt my foot off, has ever even put gas in the car. And I've been in the car.
I've had that happen too.
Doesn't drive.
Man, my wife doesn't drive. Doesn't either.
I prefer not to drive when I'm with a man.
But I don't trust my wife driving because she's Puerto Rican. So,
come on, man.
You know they can't.
You're
drive.
So wrong for that. Let y'all tell it. No women can drive, and I'm one of the best drivers on earth.
There's always commentary. My wife when I'm driving, my wife says, "Why are you going so fast? Why are you riding this guy?" So I'm like, "Well, do you want to do this? I mean, you can. You're more than welcome to."
Yeah.
I get complaints about my speeding, but other than that, I'm a very great driver.
My wife speeds worse than I do. She's telling me I'm going too fast.
I speed bad, y'all. Like I had to look down today. I was doing 90 and a 55. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, then you're going to jail if you get caught.
I don't ride with her.
I'm starting to slow down because I can't get any more tickets.
Yeah, please don't. Okay. So if she's walking to your car, get your lazy butt out and help her in, especially if she has on heels, a dress, or if your car is extremely low to the ground or you have an SUV. Why don't you try getting in a low car in 5-inch heels with a dress on while holding your purse, while not trying to show your underwear to the world? Pro tip, if a woman is wearing a dress and you help her out, you also provide a barrier just in case the wind blows and lifts her skirt or something. But even if she's in jeans and flats, it's still helpful. I got the first part of it. The last part kind of lost me, but I get what she was saying.
I don't think she's asking for too much in that regard. One. Yeah, I think that's within reason. Plus, you earn browning points when you do stuff like that, especially for someone who doesn't expect that.
Yes. Now the barrier thing with the wind blowing, I've never thought about that or did that because the wind is unpredictable.
But it makes sense.
It could blow up underneath you, but
it's more so for me I'm a little tall. So if a car is really low, like sometimes a dress will lift when you're getting out. So
she means helpful. That, yes, definitely.
Because I'm 5'10" barefoot, and then I wear 5-inch heels. So trying to get down in a low car is kind of
Amazon. If you order before her, you failed.
That is kind of, and I only say that because every now and then, ladies, don't kill me. I actually enjoy it if a man orders for me every
If you have
now
to
and
say
then.
ladies don't kill me, you've already shown how the women think.
Because they're gonna be like, he doesn't need to order for me. Every now and then, it's nice
No,
when he does.
But no, she's saying if the man orders first before her,
well, you have
fail.
yeah.
But sometimes, well, okay.
So
I haven't been on this goes back to me not being on a date in a very long time. So I won't answer that because sometimes my wife will say, please, you go ahead because I'm still trying to scan it.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll be like, go ahead because I don't know what I want yet. And sometimes if I look too confused, he'd be like, suggest something. And I'm like, okay, but you have some men like they come to the table, let's say the waitress or the waiter looks at you and he's like, I know what I want. And he'll go ahead and order. And then it's like, boom, you're back on your phone. So.
But isn't it usually customary? And once again, maybe this is just my worldview of it, but isn't it usually customary that the woman orders first, the man orders second?
It usually is, but that's not the way it goes.
It should be.
Because that's what I normally do. And the only time I'm ordering first if my wife says she doesn't know what she wants to pick.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I'll say, I don't know. I've had one or two men, but for the most part, no. They don't care what I want to eat.
Okay. Coffee dates. If you want to take a woman on a coffee date because you want a more affordable first date experience, I get it. Here are suggestions that are slightly better than a coffee date. 1, happy hour at a high-end restaurant. 2, a fancy dessert experience like Ghirardelli or Sugar Goat. 3,
Ghirardelli.
Mexican. Ghirardelli? I always say Ghirardelli. Ghirardelli. Okay. 3, Mexican restaurant, but in a neighborhood that is largely known for their Mexican food. Tacos are traditionally cheap, and so are drinks usually. This
Authentic
right
tacos.
here is why I believe she has not dated in about 20 to 25 years. Because here's my thought process. If you want to take a woman on a coffee date because you want a more affordable first date experience, first of all, how do you know that? You don't know that yet. Maybe I just want to meet you at a quiet place. My wife and I go on dates, and I know I'm speaking from an advantage point because I'm already married, but I'm looking at it from a visual perspective. Some of the quiet, most intimate places can be a nice coffee area where there's not a lot of noise. We can sit and meet. There are dessert options there. And quite frankly, sometimes the dessert and the drinks are more expensive than what you would get at a restaurant, as far as, if you're just going for those things. And then you also have the option of, hey, they have a nice little sitting area outside up underneath the umbrella. Let's sit there and talk, or we can sit inside because it's quiet. I don't think that happy hour at a high-end restaurant equates to a great coffee date, so to speak, because why does it have to be high end?
For me,
you know what I mean?
That wasn't for me. I can't speak for her. It's not a money thing. They have this thing now with the pre-dating. And the coffee shops are usually where they take you for the pre-date. And what it is now, you have men, they take you on these pre-dates and they have like these set questions that they want to ask you to see if you're worthy of going on a real date with them.
So what about a man that has not been in a dating world for years? He's either divorced or widowed. And just like me, I observed that these are nice, quiet places and really just want to get to know you instead of texting or typing on a laptop or thing. So just want to talk instead of munching on food or sitting in front of a big movie screen in silence.
Worst place you can go on a first date.
Oh, movies. Now I want to add that, like, guys who are watching, like, I don't do movies on the first date. Ever, ever, ever. I will say no. Movies and church. Those are two places I'm not going to go on a first date.
So the thing is, she gets very specific. A Mexican restaurant, but in a neighborhood that is largely known for their Mexican food. So what she's telling you is that you cannot go to a place that is not area known for their Mexican food. There's a very nice Mexican place that's right down the road from me. It's not a Mexican area. It's a Mexican restaurant where they have outside dining and inside dining. So to her standards, I would not be able to take her to Don Julio's because it's not in a Mexican area that is Mexican neighborhood that is largely known for their Mexican food.
Well, can I say this?
That's dumb.
Being where I am, and I live on the south side of Metro Atlanta, it ain't all bad down here, but I don't go to any Mexican restaurants on this side of town. I go where there's a heavy Mexican population, meaning if I want some Mexican food, I will drive 30 miles across town. That being because most of the Mexican restaurants around here, the menus aren't that Mexican. They're very limited. I don't want chicken wings at a Mexican restaurant.
Well, this place that I'm talking about does not have chicken wings. It is extremely Mexican.
Yeah.
Very Mexican.
And that would be different. But I know here, like if a man wanted to take me out on a date to a Mexican restaurant, I'd be like, not on this side of town. We need to go.
So how about paraphrasing this by saying, I don't like coffee dates. Think outside the box.
Yeah.
No. It's specific to high end, fancy. Those are the key words that she's using here.
Because that's her lane.
Just say that you are just say that you all about the money. Just say that you want someone that is all about the material, expensive things in life. And then this would have been better received by me than trying to sugarcoat it with, oh, well, you need to no, baby. This is what you want. You want the first date to be at Houston's or high end. You want that man to look at that receipt of your first date and it be over $200. You want, if he says, hey, I want to take you to a nice little quiet thing, not dinner or anything, you want that receipt to say about $150. Just say that. Don't try to sugarcoat. This is what I'm reading. This is what I'm seeing with my eyes as a man. And don't get me wrong, Steph, I'm not cheap. Well, yes, I am. I'm cheap now as an older man, but when I was younger, I wasn't cheap. I didn't sit here and spare any expense going with a woman, taking her out or anything like that. But this would have been a very big turnoff for me. And believe me, I have the money and had the money to do these things, but these type of demands would have been a very big turnoff because what I'm seeing is you're wanting to get to know what I can do with my wallet first before you decide that we can move forward. That's what this is what I see.
Can I say
you're just deciding and not saying, listen, bruh, I've never in my life ever took a woman to McDonald's for a date. Period.
But can I say this to that? Because you know me, I'm no gold digger. I'm not.
Right.
I'll be happy with a Starbucks date. But as a woman who has had so many unfortunate dating experiences and so many unfortunate experiences with being in relationships and a man, this, that, and the third, I'm not speaking for all women, but I've had conversations with women like friends or women in Facebook groups. Like, we're really tired of carrying men financially. We're really tired of that. Like,
Steph, you are comparing grits, cheese grits at this point, to applesauce and trying to make bacon go with both.
No.
Yes, you are, ma'am.
Because
what you're saying, listen to me, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. I agree with everything that you're saying.
Because a lot of men out here, and I'm not saying all, but a lot of men out here aren't looking for companionship. They're looking for help.
Absolutely. And what do you think this is? What do you think this is saying?
How do you know she doesn't have her own money?
Because if she has her own money, she would say, why don't we mutually agree upon something?
I don't know, because I've known women with money that are just like, no, this is what I want on the first date. This is what boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so if you're putting these disclaimers out, what does where he take you have to do with how he's going to treat you in the long run? This is what I want women to see. Okay, we are so caught up on the material. We're caught up on what he can provide. It's all good if he can provide for you, but if he whooping your ass and sleeping with every woman every night, that is what you would consider
I
being a
agree with
happy
that.
life.
I
And
agree
I'm not,
with
and
you on
again, I'm
that.
not saying that if a man comes along and says, "Hey, baby, I'm going to take you to Wendy's because we're going to do the 4 for 4." No, I'm not saying that. I'm
Mhm.
not saying that. I'm
And
not
I've had
saying
men
let's
do
go
that.
do
I've
the
had
two
men
for
do
20. I
that.
don't even know if they're
Right.
doing that anymore. The 2 for 20 at uh
Applebee's and stuff.
Applebee's,
I've had men do
one of those.
that.
But what I am, listen, I'm not too proud to admit this. My very first date with my wife
Mhm.
was us going to a movie, which is stupid, but we had already talked before, right?
Mhm.
And then we went to Sonic's and sat outside and ate. The next date, she wanted to go to Chili's. I hate Chili's. But guess what? I went with her. And then after that, I took
Mhm.
her to a nicer restaurant. Um, but that's where that's, and not everybody is the same. But what I'm
No,
saying is that,
because I've literally had men, or not men, but a man start an argument with me because we went to like the sports bar on a first date, and all I had
mhm,
was some French fries. And I
right.
think a Coca-Cola. Like my stuff probably came up to $5.
I would be mad
And
as hell.
he was livid because I wouldn't sleep with him.
Oh, no, I wouldn't be mad about
But
that.
I
I'd be
bought you
mad because,
dinner. You bought me
no,
fries and a Coke.
bro. No, I would be mad because that's all you ordering. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, me too.
Well, I kind of sensed that his pockets were a little because
Hmm.
some things he said kind of led me, but we had a good conversation. Like we met face to face. We had a good conversation. I know he had to take the bus there, and I knew what he was doing for a living at the time. So I was like,
Oh,
okay.
whoa,
Yeah, John, you
whoa,
did it before I could.
I was 25, 26 at the
whoa.
time, somewhere up in there. I live in Atlanta. You're gonna have men that don't have cars, they take the bus.
Well,
See,
That's a
sir.
y'all
hobo.
want to sit there and say that women are gold diggers, and y'all
That's a
not gonna sit here and
hobosexual.
say that I have not given opportunities to men. You know,
No, Steph. You trying to sugarcoat it too.
I'm not trying
What
to
did I just
sugarcoat
say?
anything.
What did I just say? I agree with everything you saying. But this woman here, she has a clear agenda. Nobody wants to go for a walk with you, I don't know what she's trying to say, with you, or go to Starbucks. Pro tip.
If that's not what she wants, then what's wrong with that?
Hold on. She's giving advice to men on how to date women. She's making it very general and she's making it broad, meaning it ain't about her. She's telling men this is what you need to do to seduce a woman.
Yeah, but that's
Pro
about her.
tip. Pro tip. Highly sought after, busy women will always have the best suitors. Steph, you are a highly sought after, busy woman.
I don't
Do you
think I'm
always
highly.
have the best suitors?
I don't think I'm highly sought after,
We've
but
already dispelled that claim that you're trying to make before. Let's not go down that road again. Steph, you are highly sought after and a busy woman. Do you always have the best suitors?
no, because a lot of men are looking for
Exactly.
help. They're looking
All right. Okay, so what she just said uh is a lie. That pro tip.
And a lot of
And
those men are probably married already.
but yes, Steph, we ain't saying that the men ain't bastards. They are. They're terrible. They're very terrible. What I am saying is that a lot of times, and this is what I'm reading from this, is that I'm okay with looking at that $3 million home. That's what I want. I don't need to go inside. Even if it's moldy, rotten, and infested, I want that $3 million price tag because on the outside it looks so beautiful. On the inside, the walls have caved in and it's moldy, but I don't care about that.
I get what you're saying.
And that's what she's saying. You, on the other hand, are saying, listen, I don't want a $3 million home. You give me a $250,000 home, that's cool. Let me see what it looks like on the inside as well. That's what you're saying. And y'all are saying and talking two different languages. And for you, Steph, I will say this. Sometimes I think because of the kindness of your heart, that gets taken advantage of.
Absolutely, I agree.
So the vetting out process has to be a little bit better. Meaning, I need to be getting phone calls and understanding who this person is and talking to them.
I'm laughing because I know you're dead serious.
Very.
Okay.
John, it's 2025. God forbid, Iris and Kathleen have either passed away or just left us.
We're screwed.
Okay. That's all I want to hear.
Y'all would be fine. Stop that.
I can't put it any more eloquently. After listening all that and all the pitfalls and all the misadventures that you've gone through in dating.
Yeah.
But I will tell anyone, if you're married and you got some part, work that mess out, because the dating pool has pee in it for real. Like not even hydrated pee.
Pee? Acid.
It's rough out here. Because I'm at a point now where I don't want to date at all. Like I'm content being single.
But still, you have some suitors though.
No, I don't.
Some that could potentially flip the script, but due to some type of discriminatory feelings that you have towards certain races, you won't take that chance. All right. We were going to talk about that Martin special, but we're going to have to just save that for a podcast day because we done went way over time today. John, you got anything you got coming up you want to let the YouTube people know?
I'm empty inside, so no.
Inside what?
With his yellow shirt.
Yellow.
Steph, flossing your Apple Watch, do you have anything for the people?
Is that the fitness tracker?
Yeah, I have my ring.
That's the
I'm
premium.
I'm going to close my rings today.
Premium Apple Watch, John.
It's not a premium Apple Watch.
Only the finest.
Look at the peasant over here with the shit bit.
Y'all won't let me be great. You get on me about my store, my Apple products.
Premium.
Bloomingdale's. You can buy straws from Bloomingdale's.
And I bet you go to Bloomingdale's.
Publix, Target maybe, but no.
What's that mall over there?
They were $9.
Lennox? Is that Lennox?
Lennox, yeah, that's the Lennox Square.
Yeah, because they closed the Bloomingdale's on Perimeter. So
and you didn't go to that one.
I did go to that one. I went to that one. I went to that one because it was the better Bloomingdale's.
Oh.
It was the better one. I love the Perimeter area much better than Lennox because I leave Perimeter, I leave alive. Lennox, I may not do so.
Keith, have you ever been to Bloomingdale's in Millennium Mall?
I have not, sir.
Me neither.
Oh, okay.
You should go, especially during Christmas time, because the way they decorate is so pretty.
No, I can't. I'm a peasant. I can't go in there.
You can afford these straws were $9. You can afford stuff out of Bloomingdale's. My ice trays were like $3.
I can get a whole 300 pack of straws at Dollar General for $2.50.
But they're plastic. This is stainless steel.
Wow, stainless steel. John, have you ever had a stainless steel straw? I know I haven't. No.
Well, here in Atlanta, a lot of restaurants aren't giving you plastic straws anymore. They'll offer you a paper straw, or you can get a stainless steel for $1. So I just buy my own and take them because I'm not giving them $1 for a straw.
John, have you ever had a stainless steel straw?
No.
Oh, okay. I've never paid for a $3 ice cube trade.
Because they're the cubes, like the spheres.
What?
Oh, wow. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, the you can do a half or a whole.
Wow.
We're not worthy
at all.
You all are not going to sit here, look me in my face and try to make me out to be bougie.
So we didn't say that.
Steph, do you believe you're scaring men off after they find out how bougie you are?
I'm not bougie at all.
She's not bougie. She went to a sports bar, ordered fries.
What type of sports bar though?
It was JR Crickets here in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
I go, Yeah, I'm not bougie at all.
Yeah,
I don't
she's
have a
not
bougie
bougie.
boner. Listen,
Well,
I
I
I
don't
let
have sphere ice cubes in my drink, so I don't know what you would call that.
What's that? Sphere ice cubes?
Yeah.
That's fancy.
I just
Yeah.
can't be great.
It's very fancy.
No, that is great. I just want to grow up one day and
I
get a
just had
sphere
one.
ice cube. I just want one. I just want to experience one time.
I just had one. Those type of ice cubes. It was at what's the restaurant in Tampa? Not Bull and Bear.
No, that's Burns.
Oh, Burns.
But they're
Yeah.
nice
Burns.
when you make your drinks. Like if you want to make.
Oh, I
a
know.
mixed
I know.
drink.
I
So when I make
after
my drink
spending-
from my bar,
after spending $300 and something on just me and Iris the other day for dinner, the other week for dinner, almost $400. Yeah, that's when I got a sphere ice cube.
but I have them there for when I make my drinks at my little bar.
Yeah, I know. They don't sell it at the places I go to. Those type of ice cube trays.
Walmart and Target have them. Stop.
Never seen them.
But
They
you go to
have them in
Bloomingdale's for
Walmart
yours.
and Target.
Why you didn't get it from Walmart then?
I don't go in Walmart.
Damn, she don't even go in there. Okay.
I'm a Target shopper.
So, Steph, again, is it safe to say you running the men off once they
Do you
find out
think
that
I'm running the men off?
I don't know.
I don't
You tell me.
think so.
I don't think I'm running the men
Wait,
off.
John, what'd you say, John? I don't.
I'm just not I'm not in the package that the men I prefer would like me to be in.
What does that mean? The package? What package? What does that mean? Be specific.
You know, I was once told that I'm pretty, but I'm not Atlanta pretty, and I hate to keep bringing this up. But you know, I always get the compliment, you have a nice personality. So I'm not like shapely. I hate to talk about this. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
Well, if it makes you uncomfortable, then don't talk about it.
No, not uncomfortable, but you know, I don't want to make it seem like I'm throwing a pity party because I'm not. So men like a certain aesthetic, and I just don't fit into.
What men? Because it does have a lot to do with where you shop at. Remember what I said.
It has to do mainly where I live at.
You can't be expecting Publix and shopping in the dumpster.
Because when I go out of town, I don't have this issue. But I live here.
Okay, so you can't date outside of where you live?
I've
you travel enough.
I've been doing so, you know. I've been doing so. So, and I just found that the experience is different.
John, was she specific enough for you?
No, she was being specific. She was trying to be speaking innuendo, but she stated shapely.
What the hell is Atlanta cute?
That's what I want to know. Well, you know, what the person told me was I could go to some small town with 3,000 people and be extremely attractive. But what he said was...
he's vain.
And this is my friend Reggie Brown. I'm going to call his name. Well, I don't want to call him a friend. But what he told me was, he said, here in Atlanta, or if I go to Houston or Miami, I wouldn't make it.
Make it like what?
He said the men won't look at me twice, is what he said.
Don't Kaya got children?
Wow.
She does, I think.
Ain't she from Miami or is she from Tampa?
But Kaya got a big booty though.
Does she?
I didn't know that. I thought she got big breasts.
I don't know.
Okay, so you wouldn't make it in Miami or where?
He said Houston or even here in Atlanta.
Is it because there's a ton of competition over there?
He said, I'm not attractive enough. These are his words, not mine. His words, not mine. Like he said this to my face. Like we were sitting, I saw him when I was in New Orleans last year, and we were having a conversation.
Is subjective, number
and
one.
He told me,
very subjective.
He told me, he said, you're single because you're in the wrong place. He was like, you need to go to some country town with a little bit of people where the women aren't all that attractive. He said, and then, you know.
You must be denied him or something before. Because that sounds like a pure bitch statement from a bitch ass man.
Woo!
Jesus Christ.
That's what that sounds like. That's all. That's the only way I can describe what you're saying that he said. That is a bitch ass statement from a bitch ass man.
Wow.
Gotcha.
And I would have no problem telling him that to his face, because you don't sit there and tell or say that to a woman, no matter how you feel about them. So the only reason I can say, or the only thing that I could surmise from it, is that you've denied him of some action before, and he was in his feelings.
Because he was in a relationship with my best friend, so he's never tried anything with me.
When has that ever mattered?
I'm saying he's never tried anything with me
that you know of. You may have been too caught up into that he's with your friend and never paid attention to it. Yeah.
Could be.
All right. Well, yeah, that's crazy to say something like that. And again, as John and I stated, beauty and attraction is subjective. So,
and like I said, I'm in a spot where things are just different, because all before I was like, I would never date long distance. And then I met Chris, and that was just different. Like, I kind of was like, okay, I can try it. But there's pee in the Atlanta dating pool.
Now let's go ahead and try the next one.
Yeah.
Let's try a white man.
No.
Don't do it.
I'll stay single first.
Treat you better. Have you living like a queen?
No, sir. But they don't shower.
Yes, they do. You can meet a Power Wall, baby. Power Wall is the blackest white man I've ever seen in my life.
This man, Paul Wall, said he was similar to an ant because he's close to the dirt. That was the corniest. That was the corniest mess I'd ever heard in my life. No. Did he not say that on Still Tipping? Okay.
He did.
No.
He did.
I'm good.
Still sound nice though. Listen,
no, it didn't.
He's a nice guy. He's been married for a very long time. I met him once before.
Now he can introduce me to Slim Thug.
Slim Thug. Don't you see Slim Thug history? Let me tell you something.
I love me some Slim Thug.
I'm about to say this. Let me say what Steph is going to always say.
Oh God!
Men, don't kill me for this. I don't give a shit. You got a 40-plus-year-old man that ain't never got close to walking down the aisle. 40 plus.
But I'm a 40-plus-year-old woman that hasn't walked down the aisle.
I said got close. Came close.
But
you've come close.
You used to say single women. You used to say single men. And I was like, well, doesn't the same apply for single women?
No, because men, we have a certain mindset. And after we reach a certain age, man, you could tie it down. You could just make it. If we do settle down and we've never settled down after a certain age, man, you about to be put through hell.
But he was in a relationship with LaToya Luckett for 10 years.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean a damn thing. You see, her fine ass couldn't get him to walk down the aisle.
I can't. The more I think I understand about men, the less I understand. So
you do. I would just say your radars need to come up if you with a man that's getting very close to 50. And he ain't got no, if it isn't a medical condition why he hasn't had any kids or whatever, and he came close,
But you know, man, in this 7 years that you've known me, it's something about me. Like, I find myself attracted to emotionally unavailable men.
What did I say earlier? You can't be a public shopper shopping in a dumpster.
You calling them trash?
Listen, I've used that statement before with you, and I've told you that you just can't. You can't be a public shopper and get your groceries out the dumpster, because that's what you're going to end up.
It's with. Okay, John. Release the laughter.
That was a bar.
Release it.
That was a good bar.
Mm-hmm.
John, I am thankful that you and I do not have to go through this, because
y'all wouldn't have these problems, though.
What?
How do you figure?
You wouldn't have these problems.
How?
We'd be so out of sorts right now.
Y'all wouldn't have this problem.
I wouldn't know which way is up and which way is down. I'd be in the upside down in Stranger Things. That's where I'd be. Completely lost.
I've never committed sexual harassment, never been a predator, but the way that I used to move, that is what they would consider sexual harassment, touching a woman on her arm, things like that. I wouldn't know what to do because I can't, those things were playful banter.
Some women enjoy that. I like the touches and stuff like that. But you have some,
and I have
some friends, don't touch me. And I'm like.
Back then, almost all women enjoyed it. Now, it's 25-75. And I'm not trying to take that chance. So I would be me and John would be in the upside down.
I think y'all would be okay.
How?
Because you're both very good men. You are. You got some
that don't mean shit men.
Now. You got some N-words out here for real. Like,
but that don't mean anything right now.
It does.
Because if I'm sitting down as a single man, and the first thing I see when I reach out to a woman, I'm reverting back to, my maturity level is a lot higher, of course, but I'm reverting back to what I thought was successful for me going on a date. And the first thing I get is, you're not going to ask me out. You're not going to ask me out. Oh, okay. Well, okay, let me get to know you a little bit better through here. Talk to you, boom, boom, boom. So, hey, I was thinking about maybe we can meet. What? Why would I go there? You ain't got no money? Oh, okay. No, I do have money, but I was thinking of a quiet setting where I'm not stuffing my face to try to talk to you. I want to go here. Oh, okay. Well, sure. You going in the door first? Well, I'm making sure. Oh, you just gonna let me walk on that side of the street? No, you actually went over there first. And I'm not gonna respond like that, as you all know, because it doesn't take long for me to be a ticket time bum, but I wouldn't know how to navigate stuff. I really wouldn't, because a lot of things that were simple, 15 years ago are not simple anymore. And I understand that, the dating pool has changed. You have a lot of frustrated men and women that may have been single for quite a while. And so now it's like, listen, if you don't hit these standards, that's fine. And, that's cool. I understand that. But for a person that hasn't been in, for some unfortunate circumstance, they're trying to get back out there. It's like, whoa. I've said this before. Something happens to my wife, I'm gonna be a angry, lonely man.
You'll be all right. I think you'll be fine.
I'm not. Listen, Steph. I am very, very, very set in my ways to where no other woman would be able to put up with me but her.
Oh wow!
I am a terror.
Really, Keith? I can picture you being a terror.
I am a terror, and it doesn't mean that I'm not terrible to my wife, believe me, because she wouldn't be with me if I was. But the way that I am, you got to understand, I've been living with this woman now for 12 years, and so she's accustomed to how I am. No other woman would be able to put up with me as I get older.
And see, I think that's my fear, because I have been living alone for so long. I think any man trying to live with me, it would be difficult.
It would be anew.
It would be so difficult. Because I'm set in my ways. I like my home a particular way.
But women are more flexible than men.
I don't know.
Y'all are. Y'all at the end of the day, y'all are more flexible than men. And not saying that you're bend over backwards, that you do have your set ways. You have your set ways, but y'all are willing to move. And this goes back to when I said, when a man meets a certain age and he has not been close to walking down that aisle, you're going to reach hell, because we get to a certain age and it's like we are not bending, we are not flexible, we just, it just is what it is. Like at this point where my wife tells me she can't even watch, she falls asleep early when we're trying to watch something 10 something years ago. Oh, I would stop it and we'll watch it together. Now I'm still watching it. How are you watching this without? I don't care. You shouldn't have went to sleep.
You said just like that, don't you? Poor Iris. I pray for Iris daily.
Like earlier in our marriage or in our earlier relationship, oh man, yeah, I'm stopping this, baby. Yeah, we gonna watch this together. Shit. Just poor certain Iris. Things like that. So you're asking me now that she's gone to readjust. For me now, this is my mindset. I'm too grumpy. I was so much of an extrovert earlier in my life that I'm now an introvert. I don't like being around a lot of people. I don't like interacting with a lot of people unless necessary. And now it's like, bruh, I ain't got to deal with you. I ain't got to talk to you. I'm good. I'm good. And going out there in the dating world, that nothing really scares me outside of lightning and death. But going out there in the dating world, that's scary. And I feel for you. Look at John. He done went to the outer realm. I mean, sir, our time is up now.
Yeah, I gotta put baby girl to bed.
Okay. No. Well,
this is a great conversation. It was a good conversation.
It really is. Thank you guys for joining us on the Short Desk Podcast. We really appreciate it. And thank you for supporting. Remember to please subscribe to the YouTube channel and like, share, and comment. Thank you.